Capt. Stanford, Texas Fish Tips. This is your weekly fishing report.
Over in the Lighthouse Lakes, I've been catching some nice reds. They're scattered down through here. There's high water. You can get back in here pretty easy. There's been some nice little lakes back in here. Been catching some nice reds on cut and menhaden. Mullet's working, but that menhaden seems to be the trick. If you throw shrimp on the bottom, you're probably going to catch a few perch. But you do catch a lot of redfish and a lot of little redfish, but you have a lot more fun. All right, out here on the South Jetty, anywhere along these rocks, been a pretty good place to catch a redfish. Right up next to the rocks are shrimp. You've been catching a lot of sheep's head. There's been some black drum caught. There's some reds. We've caught some sharks out there. The most of the redfish we've been catching on is on cut menhaden. You can also use a whole menhaden. Menhaden is coming in now. You're getting more of them at your bait stands. Frozen will work, but a fresh menhaden is working the best. Either jetties, you get on that jetty boat, get over here on fish on the inside of these jetties right down through here. Either side, there's been some nice fish. Redfish, black drum, trout, just about everything in the world. They're all hitting shrimp, but like I said, use that menhaden if you're targeting mostly the redfish. Over here behind Hog Island, incoming tide, right down through here. If you take your poppy cork and shrimp, just drift all down through here. There's been some nice redfish, pick up a few nice trout all down through here. In front of these islands, we've been doing pretty good, right up close to the islands with the popping cork and shrimp. There's reds, trout to be had, and occasional flounder, but there has been some good fish all down through here. Just on them windy days, just turn your boat sideways and just drift right down through here and catch some nice fish. Over here on the East Flats, wade fish has been doing pretty good. Artificials, there's also popping cork and shrimp catching a lot of good fish as well. But East Flats has been holding some nice reds and trout right on the edge. Now, if you get way back here in the back, some of these little bitty holes back in here, there's been some black drum holding in there. They like the dead shrimp. They'll hit the live shrimp as well, but you'll catch a few other fish along with it. But there has been some nice redfish right down through here. Get out there and get after them, boys. Over here at the good old Fina docks, there's still some sheep's head. We've been catching nice reds early in the morning right down off them rocks. About 15, 25 foot of water. Or you can take a split shot and throw a live freeline shrimp up on those rocks right on that bank right in there. And there's been some nice reds. A lot of sheep's head, a lot of smaller sheep's head in there. If you'll go over here on the other side, right down past McDermott, right down through here, this little point right here in this little bay, there's been some nice reds. There's been a few trout mixed in, but they're hitting shrimp. Believe it or not, they're still hitting the shrimp. If you'll come across over here, these houses right over here, don't tie up to them, but there's been some good sheep's head. Live shrimp is a way to catch them as well.
Watching them, Capt. Stanford.